It's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to sit with and learn from Miss Merrilee Jorn, who is an amazing artist and inspirer herself. We have the good fortune of working together through our Creative Forces connection with the James A. Haley Veterans Hospital. And Merrilee Jorn touches lives every day, inspiring people to pick up a pen, paper, crayon, create visual art, and we also have the amazing opportunity to learn from you, Merrilee. So thank you so much for inspiring us through the realm of visual art. And just a few weeks ago, we had the opportunity as a part of our vet chat experience to have you guide us through a tutorial of how to use the cameras in our phones way more effectively, and it was really, really great. So would you take us on a journey and guide us, give us some helpful hints in terms of how to take these phones that we use every day? I know every time I put my eye up to take a picture with that camera, I'm wondering, is it going to be okay? Is it going to be in focus? Is it going to be in the right place? And through your tutorial, you really helped me out a lot. So would you really take us on a journey of how to more effectively use those cameras that are in our phone?
Absolutely. So a lot of people are out there looking around at nature, at family members, at their dogs or kids, and you always have, well, at least these days, people seem to always have their phones on them. And amazingly, the cameras have gotten to be really good on these. So being able to use it, there's a couple of tricks that just can make some of your pictures more interesting. And if you look at the phone, there's a grid on there, and the grid being almost like a tic-tac-toe board. So there are two lines going horizontally and two lines that are linear. And if you were to take a picture, if you line those, your subject matter up on maybe one of those points on the corners, so where the lines intersect at the horizontal or the linear line, you can get a more interesting composition rather than just having your subject matter straight square on. So if you're looking at a landscape, if you take that upper horizontal line or the lower horizontal line and place the landscape, the horizon line, on either that upper or lower line, you'll either have a little bit more sky or a little bit more land. And perhaps that's going to drive what your interest is in what you're looking at. Perhaps it's a beautiful sunset, or perhaps the trees that are reflecting, or the water is reflecting the light from the sky, so you want to show more of that. Use that line on that grid to be able to kind of take a look at both of those before you shoot the picture. Another little trick on here is if you tap the screen anywhere, there's going to be a little box. It looks like a little sunshine. Looks like there's a little sunshine that comes up if you tap the screen. And if you do that, that sunshine is on a line. It's usually a linear line, and you can take your finger and slowly move that little sun up or down. And when you do that, the light, the exposure in that picture is going to either brighten or darken. So if you're looking at somebody and maybe their face is bright white in the camera, you can tap it and pull that little sun down that linear line, and it's going to soften it, give it more shadow. Or if they're in a shadow and you want to brighten it, that's a good way to do that rather than using the flash. If you are going to use the flash, step back. We all hate getting those red, evil looking eyes. So if you just step back before you take that picture, that way the flash isn't going off in their eye. Another little trick that I like to say is if you have a pet or a child or something's in movement and you're tired of getting that blur, another thing you can do is holding down this your center home button, the one you used to take the photograph, if you hold that down, your camera is going to shoot, continue taking rapid fire pictures. And if you do that, one of those pictures is likely to come out being just the perfect picture you were trying to get. So that's another little cool tip to get out there and try. And I encourage everybody, no matter what skill level you are, that makes me think of one other thing. Blue hour, going out after the sun has gone down. You may think, oh, it's too dark outside. I encourage you to get out there and try it. This is usually just when the sun has gone down and there's a nice cast, but there's no shadows on the ground. You can get a beautiful picture at that time of day. Get out there and try taking some photos with your camera. Try doing textures, just going out and finding cool textures in nature and taking pictures of them. Or maybe just specific colors. Maybe go with a color theme. Play around with it. It can be a lot of fun.
Any helpful thoughts about focus? I mean, why do pictures usually end up being out of focus? What are the things that cause your image to be blurry?
Movement can do it, and also not being in focus. So if you are too close to a subject or zooming in, that's another thing. Zooming in isn't great on these cameras, and the more you zoom in, the less detail you're picking up. So zooming in isn't, a lot of these cameras aren't great for zooming in. So.
And when's the best time to decide whether to take a picture straight up and down like this, or to take a picture on this angle here? How do you decide to make the best decision in terms of kind of which way to aim your camera?
So it depends on what it is you're taking. If it was a landscape, for example, and the majority of the picture is going to have this horizontal line, and you're wanting to look at it from a distance, then I would go with that horizontal line. If you're looking at something that is closer up, or your subject matter perhaps is more linear, a flower, for example, then you would want to probably use it on that linear line, and kind of looking at the focal point at that intersection where those lines intersect like this.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, all really, really helpful hints. I mean, I know based upon what you taught us in our vet chat gathering, I did that holding the shutter down and got multiple, and I was able to achieve. I used up a lot of memory, but but I was able to get a couple of images that I really appreciate. Well, this is really, really helpful, Merrilee. Thank you so much. I mean, it gives us an idea of how to aim the camera to make sure we're not too close, we're not too far away. We can brighten it, or we can soften the brightness. Be conscious of when we're using the flash, and take a look at that grid and make sure that we're framing it properly. These are all really, really helpful hints. And, one of the things that we're really encouraging folks to do is please, please, please send some of your amazing images to us at VetArtSpan, which is the Florida Creative Forces platform for really, really celebrating art and artistic expression. Merrilee, some of the things that you spoke about, we're going to make sure that there's some other visuals that are a part of that, and people can visit and see that on our VetArtSpan website. And please send your images in. We would love to have some of your images. To the degree that we can really, really celebrate life and celebrate the opportunity to create pictures, to create music, to create literature. Art is a fantastic way for us to celebrate life, for us to enrich our health and well-being, and certainly all that you contribute both at the VA hospital and when you come together and share these ideas with us are so helpful. So Merrilee Jorn, thank you so very, very much for giving us this journey of a how-to with your camera and your phone. Take care.
You're welcome, Fred. Thank you.